This is the weekly Winning Fourcast, where the Gelding and I cut through the form guide and deliver 4 standout selections for tomorrow's Flemington meeting. We've crunched the numbers, spotted the value, and lined up the runners you need to watch. And of course, we wrap it all up with the Professor's Parlay, the bet that could turn a good day at the track into a great one. So saddle up, because this forecast is about to jump. So it's welcome to the Gelding.
Good afternoon, Professor. Good afternoon, watchers and listeners.
So, Gelding, we didn't do all that well last week.
No, Professor. Oh, don't make me laugh. Yeah, look, a bit disappointing day. You started off with a couple of good place getters, which were a bit stiff. Not beaten by a lot. My 2 tips. Well, I'll have a caveat on that, Professor. One of my tips, hedge, was very disappointing after sitting up there and then just weakening out. But Nobless, I'm not taking any responsibility for that. After what we awarded, what would have to have been one of the worst rides for a long, long time on a favourite by Bo Merton. So just forget that horse went around, and I'm sure we'll be on it again. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we see a different jockey aboard.
All right, Gelding. Well, we'd ask the viewers to like the telecast and also follow the channel, because that helps us get more of these programs out to air. And also, if they want to comment about our selections or provide their own ideas about racing, we'd also like to see those as well.
Yes, Professor, we're not afraid to take feedback. Certainly, if you like them and you've done well of them, certainly remind us. But if it's the alternative, I'm sure we'll get some good feedback from the listeners.
All right, Gelding, tomorrow's racing at Flemington, a 10-race card. The first's at 12:20 p.m, the last at 5:38. Interesting time for a race. The feature race, Gelding, race 8, the Australian Cup benchmark 100 over 2,000 metres, only worth 150,000 K, Gelding. So I'm struggling to make that a feature race.
I'm with you, Professor. It seems to be most of the day is round about the 130, but I noticed the first race is also 150,000, Professor, which is a 2-year-old race with only 7 runners. And here you have the major race, which is a benchmark 100, also worth 150. But anyway, Professor, as I've said many a times, we find sometimes the way committees work, they work in unusual ways, Professor.
Yeah, well, we'll give the Flemington committee a bit of a pass on this one. The track's a good 4, Gelding. The rail's out 9 metres, 3 further out than last week, so hopefully the track will play kindly. What are your 2 best bets for tomorrow's race meeting?
Yes, Professor. As we've said many a time, we're racing on what I regard as the best racing service in the Southern Hemisphere. So looking forward to all horses getting an equal chance. And again, the caveat we'll put on this is we're picking jockeys that we think will give the horse every possible chance to win, Professor. And my 2 selections, earliest on in the day in race 3 and race 4. The first tip is race 3, number 3, Our Chief, which is trained by Danny O'Brien, but in the form guide in today's paper, Professor, it has Mark Zara riding it, Victorian's leading jockey at the moment. But as you rightly pointed out to me, the TAB app is showing that Michael D is a jockey. So very confident with either Mark Zara or Michael D riding it. This is a 3-year-old gelding that has had 5 starts for 1 win, 2 seconds and a third, Professor. Ran in a very similar race to this last start at Flemington and finished second, beaten 1.8 lengths. This is the 3rd run of the campaign. should be the peak run. The horses should be fully wound up and with good riders, either Michael D or Mark Zara on board, hopefully can go one better than it did last start. Then, Professor, my next tip is in race 4. Horse 14, down in the weights, 58 kg, is Yes I Know, trained by Anthony and San Freeman, and has Mark Zara down as a jockey. Again, Professor, this is a benchmark 70 race. Last start, Yes I Know, ran at Flemington in a benchmark 70 race, beaten by 0.8 of a length, Professor. So I'm just thinking Mark Zara replaces Daniel Stackhouse. The horse is drawn well in barrier 2. Again, a form runner coming up to a peak race. Again, a horse that's had 6 starts for 2 wins, 2 seconds and a third, Professor. So 33% win rate, 83% place rate. I think it'll be right in the race, and hopefully Mark Zara can kick her home. Kick him home, tomorrow. Professor, you like?
Yeah, Gelding, going a little bit earlier for you with my first selection. Race 2, the Victorian Bushwire Pearl Plate. It's a race over 2,520 metres. It's a 3-year-old and above race for benchmark 78 horses. And I like in this one, horse number 7, Leon Croy, coming out of barrier 8. It's had 9 starts for 2 wins and 4 placings, so a 22% win rate, a 67% place rate. It's a lightly raced 4-year-old Gelding. It's a horse that's comfortable over the distance and has been in the money 4 of its last 5 starts. So its last start at Geelong, which was actually the substitute metropolitan meeting earlier this year. And what I like about this one, Gelding, at Pakenham on Pakenham Cup Day, it ran second to Chocolates. And that's a very, very good horse, Gelding. Chocolates has won over $365,000 in stakes money. So if you're running second to that horse on a premier race day in Victoria, then must be something going for it. Logan Bates is on board. He's got 12% win rate for his career. He's 8th on the Metro Jockeys ladder at the moment with 16 winners. He's an apprentice. He claims 2, so the horse will run around with 53.5 kilos. That'll also be in its favour. Trained by one of our former trainers, Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. Gelding.
Did you hear a lot from Mick Price, Professor?
I haven't been reading my emails, but I suppose with the Magic Millions on, he'll be shooting out emails about the horses he's bought.
I'm sure there will be, and I do remember he had a couple of horses with him, and you only seem to get Mick at the city meetings, or when you brought a horse, he was all over you, and then you'd hear him when he said it's time to get rid of it.
Well, like most trainers in my experience, Gelding.
Yes.
All right. Now, Price and Duo, they're 4th on the Metro table with 23 winners, and they've got a 16% career rating. So race 2, horse 7, Leon Croy. My second selection, Gelding, race 5, the Super Saturday Handicap. It's a benchmark 78 for 3-year-old and above fillies and mares over 1,100 metres. I like in this one, Gelding, horse number 6, Celerity, coming out of barrier 4. Only the 10 races, Gelding for 2 wins and 5 placings, so a 20% win rate, 70% place rate. It's a 4-year-old mare coming off a win. Its last start at Flemington 3 weeks ago, so I like that Flemington form, Gelding. It won by nearly 4 lengths over 1,000 metres, and it had very good sectionals in each of its last 3 races. So I think it can go with the speed, Gelding. Very interested in the rider, Robert Weirty, who's over here from Ireland.
I was going to ask you, Professor. It was going to be my question without notice to you. Can you tell me much about the jockey?
Yes, Gelding. He's already had 3 wins. He's got a 12% career rating, but he's only been in Victoria since December, so he's already had 3 winners, so that'll do me.
Yes, comes over from the English and Irish jurisdictions, and apparently had pretty good raps on him, Professor. So seems to be coping well and adjusting to the He did comment. I did hear him Monday comment on a race a bit tighter and a bit faster earlier on, but now he's getting used to it. Should go very, very well, and gets a lot of rides for the Kieran Maher stable, Professor.
Yes, I noticed that, Gelding, and I'm sure that he will give this one a good account tomorrow. You mentioned Kieran Maher, 14% career win rate. He's number one on the Metro Trainers Premiership, Gelding, with 40 winners, and also a former trainer of ours.
Yes, another one that we've used. Who haven't we used, Professor?
Oh, exactly, Gelding. Have we had the Freedmans?
No, maybe the next protocol.
All right. Well,
A&S Freedman.
Yes, Gelding. All right, my two for tomorrow. Race 2, horse 7, Leon Croy, and race 5, horse 6, Celerity. Now, Gelding, the Professor's Parlay, Nobilis. The less said about Bo Merton's ride, the better. I think there was an S-hit ride appointed there.
Yes, and that's being nice, Professor, if that's the only way we rate it. But we've built a bridge over it, and we've moved on, I think.
We did discuss it for nearly an hour on Monday, Gelding.
Yes, as I said, we've moved on. We are Friday now, and we've noticed we haven't picked Bo in any of our tips.
No, we haven't. Good to know that Bryce Cotton for the Adelaide 36ers scored the 15 points required. So we got up on that leg, and the Liverpool-Burnley leg isn't played till on Sunday morning. So I'll be still interested to see if we can get 2 up out of 3. This week, Gelding, the agreed bet of the day is race 5, horse number 6, Celerity, for all the reasons I mentioned before. And we're going to stick with the NBL because it's Hoops Fest in Perth. Gelding, can you tell me about Hoops Fest?
No, Professor, I'll leave that to you. You're our basketball expert.
Well, this is the NBL's equivalent of the Gather Round in AFL or the Magic Round in NRL, where all the teams are in Perth playing a round over there.
A very good idea. Good to see that they're copying, and one that was, I think, in Australia, brought to us by the Rugby League, and good to see that the AFL have caught on board because it has been very good. Where was it? Did Rugby League come up with it, or was it used somewhere overseas?
Well, if you talk to the head person at the NRL, he came up with it.
Yes.
Mr. Volandis.
In Australia?
Yeah. Well, no, he came up with it, full stop.
Oh, right, okay.
All right, Gelding. Well, the match of the round is on...
Is there anything he hasn't claimed?
Sorry, Gelding?
Is there anything he hasn't claimed?
Oh, no.
Just quietly?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Gelding, the match of the round is on Sunday in Perth, and it's the top 2 teams playing. The Adelaide 36ers on top with 16 wins and 8 losses, or 19 wins and 5 losses, Gelding, and the South East Melbourne, 16 wins and 8 losses. So top of the table, we're going for Nathan Sobey, the point guard for South East Melbourne, to score 15 points or better. He's the point guard. Now, Gelding, he's on a tear. Last 5, 27, 31, 26, 37 and 24. So I expect him to get the 15.
Lovely.
Sorry, Gelding?
Lovely.
Yes, and we'll parlay that into the Adelaide 36ers point guard, Bryce Cotton. He just got there last time with the 15, Gelding. So his last 5 are 22, 36, 16, 23 and 15. So we're looking for him to get the 15 or better score. The head-to-head for the 2, South East Melbourne won 3 of the 5, and Adelaide have won the last 2. So they're certainly doing very well this season. Don't know about this one, Gelding. Might be South East Melbourne, maybe with an upset over in Perth.
Okay. Now, would you say Bryce is close to being the MVP in the National Basketball?
Well, he took it off in 2024 and 2025, and he's heading that way this year, Gelding, 2026.
In faith we have, Professor.
Yes, we do. So the Professor's Parlay for this weekend, Gelding, race 5, horse 6 at Flemington, Celerity, into Nathan Sobey to score 15 points or more, into Bryce Cotton to score 15 points or more. And what we would
I like it, Professor.
What we would
confident.
Yes, Gelding. What we would say to the viewers is gamble responsibly.
We sure we do. We always remind them to bet within their limits if they can, and you still get the same thrill no matter what you have on it. So it's always good, and hopefully we're here to. We try not to look at the odds so much as to just try to find winners and get a high percentage winning rate and place rate, Professor.
Exactly, Gelding. All right, so until next weekend, it's good luck.
And good punting.